What's up, guys? Welcome back to Demons Only. If you were here yesterday, this dropped down to like $35. But guess what? We hit, and we hit big. $500 on a dub. That's the current lineup I got in for the morning games. Sorry I didn't make a video about those. The lines dropped at like 6 a.m. So getting a video out that early would have been pretty difficult. But we're going to go through here. Yeah, ignore that loss. Ooh, there we go. $500 right there on a dub. Now, I know we didn't cover this lineup in the last video. I put it in. Like I said, Shohei was probably like really not going to hit that line. I said at most he would hit was that single. He ended up hitting the single in the bottom of the eighth at his last at bat. Came in clutch for that win right there. I told you guys we may not win every lineup, but we win big when we do. All right, so today I got something different. I got 3 tiers. I'm going to go through them all real quick. There is a 12 o'clock game, and this is my main man in that game. As you can see, we got 53 minutes to put in the lineup. So I got Tovar, but by the time this video comes out, he's probably not going to be available for this line anymore. He was a tier 1 pick for me. What I would suggest is swapping him out with somebody in the tier 2 or tier 3 picks. As I set the rest of this lineup, we're just going to keep going through them. So all of these guys that I'm putting in this lineup are tier 1 picks. So the way I set it up, there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. The tier 1 guys are like 85% are going to hit. They're going to hit that line for sure. Tier 2, it's a little bit iffy. Their numbers against that pitcher or in that game aren't as solidified as tier 1s, but they still can hit the line. And then tier 3 is if it hits the line, it'll probably pay big. But the likelihood of hitting that line isn't as high as you would like it to be, but they are still doable. So that's what I stay within the realm of. I stay within the realm of doable and achievable from the hitter in that game against that pitcher. So right now we set up a 4-man lineup. We got Cedric Mullins, Ramon Urias, Juan Soto came in clutch yesterday with a home run, and Ezequiel Tovar. So like I said, Tovar is probably not going to be available by the time this video comes out because his game is at 12. I did like him for this matchup. He might go 0 for 4. But his line right now against that pitcher, he's batting 1,000. He's got 3 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 singles, 1 home run. So he could hit this, he could not. There is a high likelihood that he will hit it. Anybody batting 1,000 against a pitcher that's faced him more than twice is more than likely going to get at least 2 hits on the game. Juan Soto came in clutch, got those 2 bases for us yesterday. Unfortunately, Bryce Harper got thrown out on a double, didn't hit his line, and someone else didn't hit their line either. But Juan Soto came in and hit his line. So, like I said, we're hitting lines. We just got to make sure they're in the right lineups together. That's why I'm breaking them up in tiers. Hopefully this will make us a little more accurate. Ramon Urias for a single. So the reason I got him for a single is because he's had 16 at-bats. He's 7 for 16 against Cole. He's got 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. The rest of those hits are singles. So he's had 4 extra base hits and 3 singles. I think he's well more of a contact hitter than he is a extra base hitter. I mean, he can take the ball deep as well as every other professional. But I think as far as this game goes, he is more of a single guy than he is going to be a double or triple guy. I think some of those were broken plays. Obviously not that home run. He cleared the fence. But the other 2, he was hauling his butt to third and almost got thrown out on that triple. And we got Cedric Mullins. He's batting .345 average versus Cole. He's got 29 at-bats. He's 24. He's 10 for 24 with a double and a home run. So he's had 8 singles against this pitcher, and out of probably 6 games he's faced him, he's probably hit at least 1 single per game. And the reason I say probably is because I don't have the exact stat sheet for every game they faced each other, because these are lifetime numbers, not just this season numbers. But he's batting 345, 29 at-bats, and he's got 8 singles so far against this pitcher. So I like our odds with that single. We're going to submit the lineup there. Like I said, Tovar's probably not going to be there when the video comes out. More than likely he won't be. But we like Tovar. He should hit the line. He should hit the line for sure. There's a lot of people that like Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 5 versus Burns. It's not a great matchup for Judge there, but people like the guy. He's a good hitter. He's a great hitter, actually. Some people just don't pay attention to the numbers side of who he's facing versus what he's actually doing on the field. So we got Soto. He's a tier 2 right here for that 1.5 bases. I'm actually not going to make the lineup for him. He does have a double and a single. He's 2 for 3 versus Burns. And the reason that I don't want to take him for the 2 bases is because he might come in clutch and hit a home run. He might come in clutch and have a double. I think against Burns, he's more of a contact hitter. Burns is more of a ground ball guy as far as pitching goes. So if he does get a hold of one, it might just clear the infield enough for him to get to first. And if he hits it all the way to the fence, then yeah, he'll be in second, which he's doable. He can do it. You know, at the end of the day, all these guys are professionals. All these guys are capable of hitting well out of the park. Some are just better contact hitters than others. Next up, we got Gunnar Henderson. I do like Gunnar Henderson as a player. In this matchup, though, I do not. He's 3 for 9 with 1 double, 1 home run, and 1 single. So they don't have the single. If he does get on base, I would take him for the stolen base, but you're counting on him getting on base. He's where he bats in the lineup, he can definitely get RBIs, but then again, that means he has to make contact with the ball. And 3 for 9 tells me that he's probably gotten 1 hit. He's 1 for 3, basically, hitting against this guy every time he faces him. And if you go for the bases, you're basically banking on him getting an extra base hit. And he can get a single and then not hit anymore throughout the game. So that's the only reason I'm kind of staying away from Henderson right there. Next up, we got Urias again for 1.5 bases. Again, he's got a double and a home run. He's got a double, a triple, and a home run. You can take him for the 1.5 bases. He potentially could hit it. I just like him more for the single rather than the home run. And that's really it. And we got Betts. You can take him for 1.5 bases. You could also take him for the walks. They're facing Musgrove. He's walked Betts 5 times, Freeman 6 times, and Muncy 7 times. So these guys get walked a lot by Musgrove. And if you're getting walked that many times, it is not game time situation. It is just he's pitching around him. He don't want to pitch to him, and he's throwing a lot of balls. So we're actually going to take him for the walk. I like the walk more than the 1.5 bases. He did come off an 0 for 4 night, so I do believe he's going to come out a little more aggressive. I just think that with aggression comes patience because he is a vet. And that patience is going to get him at least one walk tonight. Same thing with Freddie Freeman. You can get him for the walks. You can get him for the 1.5 bases. He's 13 for 30. He's got 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, but he does have those 6 walks. And he did get walked twice last night. And that is a game script situation. I think they're going to walk him. They don't want to let him get going. He's gonna, he's a good hitter, and if he continues to hit the way he does, it's gonna be a mess for them, for San Diego and for Musgrove, and that goes to show why he has 6 base on balls. Next guy up, if it actually types, if my computer can catch up to me. I'm moving at the speed of light. This thing is moving slower than molasses in December. How's y'all days going? I hope you guys were as happy as I was last night. Making some money. Like I said, I know that lineup wasn't in the video. It was a lineup that I saw. I had written down. I just didn't put it in the video because it didn't. A lot of those guys didn't break that threshold of like 400 average to 500 average. Most of them were in the 300 average range. So that's why I'm doing these tiers. So that way you guys can put in lineups. And these are the people to watch. You just put them in, plug them in wherever you want to plug them in. If you like a guy, if you like, Tatis more than Tovar, plug him in there. I will tell you though about Tatis. He's got 12 strikeouts against Buehler, 4 home runs and 4 singles. So when he does hit the ball, he's hitting it pretty damn far against Buehler. But of his 24 at bats, he has 12 strikeouts. So I am going to take him. I know it's a shocker based on his game last night, but I'm going to take him on the 2 strikeouts. I think that he's going to come out. He's going to get probably 2 hits, and he's going to get 2 strikeouts. And that's if they leave Buehler in long enough. Tatis is probably going to get those 2 hits after the 5th inning when they take Buehler out. Tier 3, we got Edman from the Dodgers. Tommy Edman. He's got 1.5 bases on his line. He's batting .333 against Musgrove. He's 6 for 18 with 6 singles. So that 6 singles is what worries me as far as Edman goes. I think he's a good player. I think the Dodgers will probably win this game. But my fear for Edman is that he's only going to hit 2, maybe 1 single, and that'll be the only hit he gets all game. Not Josh Smith, Will Smith. Not the one that slapped Chris Rock. The guy from the Dodgers. We got him here for 1.5 bases. And I like this line. Although I will warn you, Will Smith is batting .350, 7 for 23 with 3 doubles and 4 singles. So he doesn't hit too much against Musgrove. He goes about 1 for 3, but when he gets that hit, it could be more than likely going to be either a single or a double. He doesn't have any home runs, so the doubles are the only extra base hits he has. Actually, rather than Will Smith, I'd take Max Muncy. Oops. Man, this thing is slow. Slow. Yeah, I hope you guys are watching here, and maybe you're not putting in lineups, and that's totally fine. Maybe you're just watching me make money, lose money, make money, lose money. But right now you can see real time what the account balance is at. It still has that 500. We're putting in another. This is probably going to be the last lineup. So I got Muncy for 1.5 bases. And then we got next video is going to come out in about an hour or so. That's going to be the NFL one. We're going to put about 3 lineups in for that game tonight as well. Bet small, win big. That's the game. That's the goal. We lost in the last 2 videos, won in this one. We want to keep the winning streak going. Just got to be smart, play the matchups. Max Muncy is almost 400 against Musgrove. He's got 11 for 30, 3 doubles, 1 home run, and 7 walks. So here's another guy. We could actually probably put all 3 of these guys for walks. Problem is, Muncy's not a demon on a walk. And what's the channel? Demons only. So let's get him for those bases. If he gets a hold of one, it's for extra bases. If he doesn't, then I'm shit out of luck on this lineup. Jackson Merrill's batting 1,000, 2 at-bats, 2 singles. Like him for the 1.5 bases. Would have been nice to get a single demon out here somewhere. That would have been great, but they're not stupid. Oh, it's 2.5 bases. Oh, I did write 2.5 bases. All right, cool. I'll take him for the 2.5 bases. Reason being is Jackson Merrill has the power to take one out of the park. Like we just discussed, most pros do. He's going 2 for 2 against Buehler. I guarantee you tonight he's going to get at least a hit. He's going to go up against him 4 to 5 times. He's going to get at least 1 hit throughout the game. We're just hoping that hit is out of the park or he doubles up and gets multiple hits. That's what we're banking on. Oh, this is a 5-man lineup. So this is the only 5-man lineup I'm actually going to enter. I don't like entering 5-man lineups if at all possible. And I think as far as this video goes, we're cool with a 5-man lineup. We got 50 times our money if all 5 guys hit. We're still getting some extra money if only 4 guys hit, and 3 out of the 5 are going to hit for sure. I mean, that drops us all the way down to $4, but this payout is huge for a $10 risk. $10 risk, $500 payout. Let's go. Demons only. Come on, guys. So like I said, tier 1, we got Tovar, Soto for a single, Urias for a single, and Mullins for a single. Those guys are from Baltimore, New York, and Colorado. But like I said, Tovar is probably not going to be available by the time this video comes out. Got tier 2, Soto again from New York, 1.5 bases. Gunnar Henderson, 1.5 bases. Ramon Urias, 1.5 bases. Mookie Betts, 1.5 bases or a walk. Freddie Freeman for a walk. Freeman for 1.5 bases. And for Tatis for 1.5 strikeouts. So my only worry with Freeman on the 1.5 bases is that if they walk him 2 times, that potentially cuts out his chances to come up to the plate to hit from 5 or 4 to only 2. So you're banking on him getting at least a double in one of those 2 at-bats. And if it's late in the game, they might even walk him a 3rd time if they have the open base. All right, so just be careful with Freeman on the bases. It really comes down to game script with that guy. Betts is leadoff, so they do have an open base, but they're probably not going to walk him because his speed on the bags. Same thing with Ohtani if he's batting leadoff. Speed on the bags. They don't want to walk him as much because he'll start taking bases. Tier 3, we got Edman from the Dodgers, 1.5 bases. So like I said, he's got extra base hits against this pitcher. We just don't like him for the consistency. Tatis for 1.5 bases. Again, he's batting 500 on the strikeout side versus batting 500 on the hitting side. So we got to be careful with that. He's actually batting only 292 against this guy. So I actually liked him for the strikeouts more than I like him for getting extra base hits. But he did have a good game last night. Maybe it carries over. Will Smith from the Dodgers, 1.5 bases. Another guy. He's a little iffy. That's why he's tier 3. But he's got 350. So he does hit off of Musgrove. He's got 3 doubles and 4 singles. So you're just hoping that at least one of the hits that he gets out of the at-bats tonight is 4 extra bases. And we got Max Muncy for the Dodgers as well. He's batting 393 against Musgrove. He's got 3 doubles, 1 home run, and 7 base on balls. I do demons only. That's why I don't take him for the walk, but I did like him for the walk. But the 1.5 bases, like I said, he has 3 doubles and 1 home run. So he could potentially take one out of the park or very well get a double. I just don't see him sprinting to second if it's in the shallow outfield. He's got to hit it all the way to the fence to do it. And we got Jackson Merrill, last guy we're ending on here. He's got 2.5 bases on his line. He's batting 1,000. Anybody batting 1,000 against a pitcher, we want to take, right? They're seeing the ball clearly well against pitchers, and he's seeing the ball well against Buehler. So we're hoping that he can turn one of the 4 at-bats he's probably going to face against Buehler, maybe 3, is going to be for extra bases. But there you go. We have it. That's the MLB lineups for today. I'm going to come at you guys in another hour with the NFL lineups for tonight. Seasons for MLB ends on Sunday. Postseason games are on Monday. And the only games we got tomorrow, we got 13 games tomorrow, 13 games on Saturday, and a few games on Sunday. And we got a lot of football to catch up on. I hope you all win some money. Good luck. Trust the process. We're counting cards at the table. That's what we're doing here. We're counting cards at the table and we're playing the odds. Just keep playing with me. I got you guys.